Hej moi kochani, witam was bardzo serdecznie, z tej strony oczywiście znowu Opera. Muszę sobie jakieś parę rzeczy poprawić, takich drobnych. Okej. Wydaje mi się, że teraz będzie w porządku. Wybaczcie mi, że robię to dopiero teraz, jakby nie przyszło mi do głowy wcześniej, że mogę mieć źle ustawioną kamerę, skoro nie zmieniałem jej pozycji już bardzo długo. Moi kochani, witam was jeszcze raz oczywiście bardzo serdecznie. Do tej pory ukazało się 4 odcinki Night City Wire, gdzie pokryliśmy resztę, a 4 nam się jeszcze nie udało. Nie miałem chwili, żeby usiąść do tego odcinka, to z tego powodu, że po prostu czekało mnie bardzo dużo pracy. A teraz też jest remont kuchni, remont części domu, jakby... To są kosmiczne rzeczy, o których wam opowiadam. Żeby nie było, wcześniej zrobiłem sobie klimat jakimś dobrym science fiction anime, które ostatnio zresztą nawet poleciłem wam na Facebooku, Akudama, więc jakby tam możecie sobie zerknąć, bo anime jest bardzo ciekawe, a przy okazji też wprowadza świetny klimat taki przedcyberpunkowy. Zobaczmy sobie, czym jest Night City Wire, część 4. I cóż, zapraszam. No, zobaczymy, z czym to można zjeść. City of Greed.
Welcome to Night City Wire, Episode 4, the show from us at CD Projekt Red, where we talk about all things Cyberpunk 2077. We're going to start today's episode by giving you a look at just some of the vehicles you might procure during your time in Night City, and having a chat to senior vehicle artist Paul, who's going to give us a little bit more information.
Ja mam nadzieję, że w grze takie jak Cyberpunk no jednak będzie jakiś tuning.
Teams have gone to bring vehicles to life. We're also going to have news on an exciting collaboration. Then we're going to be talking about fashion and styles in Night City before we recap the incredibly talented finalists in our Cyberpunk cosplay contest. We'll then wrap up today's episode with some news about Stadia. There is a lot to talk about, so let's get started.
Night City Wire jest całkiem niezłym pomysłem na to, żeby podtrzymać hype.
And in Cyberpunk 2077, there are tons of cool vehicles to choose from.
Get this! 4-liter engine, 6-cylinder, goes from 0 to 100 in 3.2 seconds. You fucking believe that?
We've crafted every car and motorbike with amazing attention to detail. On the chassis, the body, not to mention the interiors. You can expect everyone not only to look unique, but to deliver.
I nie wyobrażam sobie, żeby ta gra jednak była tylko i wyłącznie single player.
All right, show me what you got.
Don't expect advanced tech or luxurious materials here. Nuh-uh.
Yeah, it's not the size that counts, I guess.
This class is mostly utility vehicles and low-end clunkers made for every pocket.
Hold on. It's a wreck.
My damn wreck.
Well, definitely no guy or girl magnet.
If you need to impress, look to this.
Zaraz, jeszcze jedno przyszło mi do głowy. Skoro gościu tutaj wyciągał babkę jak w... No i przed chwilą w GTA, prawda? To ciekawe, czy będzie to miało wpływ. Jak na przykład podlecę do jakiegoś biznesmena, buchnę mu samochód, ale takiego naprawdę, wiecie, takiego Ferrari, Bugatti, Exclusive Zonda, czy cokolwiek takiego. I czy się wpieni, wysyłając za mną zabójców? To by był fajny akcent, a nie tylko będzie próbował mi wkropić na ulicy.
I'm putting my ride on the line. Either you match it in cash, or you can forget about the fight.
With these wheels, no expense has been spared, no frill ignored. Their plush interiors decked out in all the latest tech, while you get to sit back and enjoy the ride. Masterful
i to jest mój...
practical design. Trucks and tanks for when you need
moja klasa samochodów. Albo czyste sportówki.
Meet Beast, my pride and joy.
And these monsters are literally unstoppable. These are for chooms who love the smell of exhaust and the roar of street wildlife.
Tylko nie żadne Shelby Cobra, tylko taki typu Lotus Elise albo Exige. Jest coś a la Ferrari.
Whether it's street racing, running from the NCPD, or just showing off in the streets, with these high-powered beasts, you will have only respect.
Oh yeah, like that!
If you need speed and armor, the Hypercar class is for you. It means precise bodywork, built-in LiDAR arrays, and really expensive materials.
Imagine you're sitting on a pile of eddies. Probably less than 1,000 people in the world can afford the Erendite.
Not your typical urban vehicle.
They will take you places you never dreamed you'd go. Oh, and original vehicles are not all you'll find in 2077. We also found room on our roster for some true automotive icons.
Floor it, V.
God damn!
Paul, thank you so much for joining us. I think it's fair to say we've come a really long way from Roach in The Witcher, so there's a lot to talk about.
Yep, there's a lot to talk about. What do you want to talk about?
Well, let's start with the various classes of different cars, because in the video we saw there were things like economy and luxury vehicles.
Okej, czyli no, jakby pewnie będzie można kupić za gotówkę te samochody. Stawiam, że będzie można je w jakiś sposób stuningować, bo jest ich kilka różnych kolorów takich rzeczy i to widzimy nawet na każdym filmie, nie?
Depending on the variation of the car that you're either buying or stealing, depending on your flavor. Yeah, you'll notice that they don't just look different. But they'll also drive different and feel different. If you're buying or stealing a nice fancy looking sports color version of a car, you'll notice that it drives, you know, faster, sounds a little bit more punchy and sporty than, for example, a junkier version of that same car. You know, it can have solar panels tied to the roof or some other pipes that are hot wiring some other, you know, cyberpunk components in your car. And well, you know, if it looks cheap, it probably drives cheap too.
Mhm.
Żadnego
wspomagania. Tanie samochody po prostu prowadzą się jak tanie samochody. No i spoko. Jakby Mattis jest królem świata.
It's going to look totally different from the Quadra Type 66 that the gang's are driving out in the Badlands, both outside and inside.
Yep, definitely. If you're about to steal a very nice high-end car, for example, when you get in, you'll see the dashboard light up nicely. You'll see your dial indicators revving a little bit. But that may not exist for a junk version at all. It may have the dashboard ripped out completely. No matter what your flavor is, you'll find something that suits your needs.
So what about racing then? Will there be racing? Because I know people have been asking.
Wyścigi?
Yes, you're absolutely going to have several races in the game. Different
Oczywiście, że będą
locations.
wyścigi.
You know you're going to be driving in the Badlands. Maybe bring a Nomad car, because it's just built to driving in the Badlands. But if you know you're going to be racing in Night City, just bring the hottest wheels you've got, because you're going to need all the power you can get. No matter where you're racing though, you need to bring a gun, because this is Night City and you never know what's going to happen.
Okej, czyli zawsze to będzie wyścig z jakimś rodzajem broni. Dlatego sobie nie wyobrażam, że to może być gra tylko i wyłącznie single player nad co-op. Jakby wyobrażacie sobie to? Ja jadę i to ostro, pada deszcz, jest noc, światła migają, a Xeros z bazuką wygląda zza okna i...
Your transportation may or may not show up on a roof somewhere, but you know, we're still working on fixing some bugs here and there. But yeah, if there's a car that you really like very much, if you can't wait to own a Quadra or a Type 66, you'll get a message from your fixer and says, hey, I've got a Quadra for sale for you, you want to buy it? All you have to do is drive over, pay the money, and you've got your very own Quadra. Not to mention that every single vehicle that you buy, every single player vehicle, is absolutely unique in every way. It's got a unique interior, unique exterior, paint job. You know, it'll sound different, but it'll also handle different.
So in the video, we did mention there was space for a true automotive icon. Do you want to reveal what that actually is?
Of course. The car in question here is Johnny Silverhand's car. And Johnny Silverhand is, well, he's a big rocker boy and he needs some wheels to match. So we gave him a 911 Porsche from 1977, which means in 2077, Johnny's car is going to be exactly 100 years old.
Well, Paul, thank you so much for your time today. Personally, I think I'm going to try and balance being a
stuletni samochód dla Keanu Reevesa.
I love that little car. I think I could do it, right? I could be cool and in a my.
Definitely. My is absolutely cool as long as you stay on the road and not on the sidewalk.
I'll try my very best. We'll see. In past episodes, we've said that music plays a huge part in bringing Night City to life, but it's not just music. Our teams went to incredible lengths to recreate and capture the sounds that really bring these vehicles to life.
Okej, czyli nawet dźwięki samochodów chcieli nagrali, żeby ich tylko nie tworzyć cyfrowo. No to jest ciekawe i to pięknie, na polskim torze. Gdzieś w Masłowicach Dolnych, jak nic.
We started with the visuals, and then we wanted to attach a proper sound to the visuals so that you have like a nice feeling or a nice vibe of the complete car. And then we moved on to organizing the whole thing. Early on, we made the decision that we are going to record on the racetracks, and then we are going to record cars in movement. We started cooperation with Tomek Czopik, who is like very, very well known.
Proszę bardzo. Polski wyścigowiec, który może się po prostu pobawić samochodem, żeby móc nagrać wszystkie dźwięki.
You can feel the car actually like bending the laws of physics. We wanted to record a broad spectrum of cars, so we started with the powerful muscle cars, and then we went to more screaming tuned V6s, inline 6s, and then we went to V10s. We of course grabbed some drift cars, just to have the more aggressive character in the cars.
Już się nie mogę doczekać. Teraz to mnie hypnęli, szczególnie, że ostatnio gram w strasznie dużo wyścigów. W tym momencie jestem w trakcie przechodzenia Paybacka.
We had the team of mechanics from a rally team, and they helped us immensely. What they've done, they've allowed us to
mechanicy z rally team, no proszę bardzo.
That we wouldn't be able to access differently. Putting a mic right into the car, they helped us to locate the places that are best.
Kosmos nie tylko w środku umieścili mikrofony, ale i pod maską, jakby nie w środku w samym przy samej kierownicy, tylko zwyczajnie pod maską w silniku.
But we were trying to look for something that would give us the character of the engine.
Damn.
We wanted to use normal organic electric engine that you could actually have in the nowadays car.
We didn't want the engines to
be
futuristic sci-fi-ish sounding. We wanted them much more organic, much more down to earth, something that would represent the combustion engine. And on top of that, we added small elements like the futuristic horns or like a futuristic UI of a car. It makes you feel like you are in a car of the future, and some car might talk to you, other car might have blips and bobs that will make you feel like you're in a futuristic vehicle.
We wanted to be very, very close to what Mike set up in the lore, and early on we decided to record Johnny's original car, which is Porsche 911 930 from 1977.
We recorded on dyno in control environment in a chamber. We could put Mike in very different places. Porsche 930 that we recorded is the only car really that will be really sounding like the real car in the real world.
No ładnie to brzmiało.
We recorded more than 40 vehicles.
Not often do we record so many vehicles for a game that is not really a racing game.
Truth being told,
no tak, pomyślcie sobie o tym, że zagramy sobie w RPG-a, a oni siedzieli powiedzmy miesiącami nad nagraniem dźwięku silnika, nie? Samochodu, którym tylko gdzieś tam możecie się rozbić raz, może nigdy, nie? Może będziemy chcieli tylko łazić i podziwiać. Może nie będziemy nigdy jeździć tym samochodem, na którego oni, czy ktoś z ich zespołu wydał najwięcej czasu, nie? To ciekawe. Także pamiętajcie, żeby docenić każdy aspekt.
So let's take a look at another collaboration. This time with Johnny Silverhand. I mean Keanu Reeves.
Keanu.
Smell.
Bum, 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 bum.
Journey. Freedom.
No, you know, it's not like deeper. Deep.
I'm Guard Hollinger.
I'm Keanu Reeves.
And we're here as representatives of Arch Motorcycle, and we're doing some audio recording for Cyberpunk 2077.
No proszę, czyli motocykle też. No samochody no to wiedziałem, że będą, ale motocykle?
Custom production motorcycle company. What's unique about it is that the motorcycles are built on a production platform.
Spodziewam się czegoś w rodzaju Bugatti z tym silnikiem odrzutowym.
For each customer.
Czegoś w rodzaju Batmobile, znaczy Batbike'u. Jak ja nienawidzę DC.
When CD Projekt Red approached me about doing Cyberpunk 2077, they also spoke about integrating. They were fans of or I guess people who worked at the company were fans of Arch Motorcycle, and so they broached the idea of creating kind of specialized Cyberpunk 2077 version of the Arch Motorcycle, and I thought that was a very fine idea.
We have a motorcycle we've designed and we've been developing called the Method 143, and so that I think in particular was a creative inspiration for the designers. So they sort of used that as a basis and then went further. So it has a totally different, crazy-looking power plant.
We did a little customization.
It's good. I like it.
Today we're capturing sounds, getting some actual sounds of a power plant, drivetrain, and characteristics of the motorcycle, which I'm sure they will, you know, have play with and stuff, but the source will be pure.
But the source will be pure. Ale źródło pozostanie czyste.
It has a sort of a racing engine compared to our production motorcycles. It has a dual exhaust system. And it sounds pretty...
Sounds good.
I could definitely blindfolded tell that that's the Method 143-ish sounding motorcycle, yeah.
No okej, ale to wszystkie motocykle będą od Arch? W sensie ich sygnaturą? Jakby w całym tym mieście? Czy to będzie jeden ten konkretny? Czy to są wszystkie Arche? I na przykład nie ma Bugatti, Honda, coś tam. Chociaż podejrzewam, że nie ma, no bo oni swoje samochody, swoje marki samochodów też wprowadzili. Podejrzewam, żeby nie płacić tych niepotrzebnych tantiem, nie? Bo zamiast producenci samochodów uznać, że to jest dla nich reklama, powiedzieliby: o, dawaj hajs! Wow! Give me your money!
If you're tuning in late, or if you just want to watch anything again, we will be uploading everything to our channels soon. Now it's time to talk about styles in Night City. Are you more kitsch or neo-militarism?
No proszę bardzo, stylowa. In Night City.
Welcome to the brief authoritative history of Night City. This chapter is devoted to so-called styles, deeply linked with the history of the world, and a very important aspect of life in the city. You can find them everywhere. In cars, clothes, guns, implants. They are your war paint. As one of our sponsors says, it matters not if you're dead, as long as you're doing it in style.
The move
fingers on this girl. Swoosh, swoosh, slicing them up like sashimi.
4 visual styles are evident in the Night City of 2077.
Ja już wiem, który będzie mój. Już to widzę.
Status and features.
W sumie 2.
Neon hair, illuminated tattoos, and chrome. Function comes second. Looks are what matter.
No, stanowczo nie.
Stanley here with you, and we got another day ahead of us in this city of dreams.
The Fourth Corporate War broke out, and entropism was born. Vast and deep crises forced people to find ways to survive by any means. Getting the job done, no matter how, was the primary goal. The look? Who cares?
I love this town. Love it like you might love a mother who popped you out on the steps of an orphanage once and now stops you to ask if you got a smoke for her.
Fuck them, fuck this job, fuck this city.
Deadly elegance without ostentation. Corporate, militaristic fashion, mostly seen in the wealthier parts of town. Substance over style, that's the motto.
Będę musiał sobie do nagrywania Cyberpunka w takim razie kupić nową koszulę.
Celebrities, braindance stars, business magnates, heirs to corporate fortunes and corporate executives. They abandoned the cold, deadly elegance of neo-militarism and returned to the roots of kitsch, but gave it a fresh, new look.
Oh shit, these hands. Sometimes it seems like I just brushed something and sparks fly.
Czwartą częścią to mnie przehypowali dosłownie chyba teraz.
Thank you for your attention. We wish you a very pleasant stay in our marvelous metropolis. Good luck and goodbye.
NC's Legends! Know where you'll find most of them? The graveyard! Luckily, matters not where you're from, matters not where you start. What matters here is the walk you walk.
Stanowczo tak. That's right.
Just before this episode started, you might have tuned in early and seen our Cyberpunk cosplay contest finale.
Naprawdę, ja jestem przehypowany na tą chwilę. Nie mogę się fizycznie doczekać Cyberpunka. O ile ostatnie 2 odcinki Night City Wire 2 i 3 po prostu potwierdziły moje przypuszczenia albo obserwacje, research, że tak, aha, okej.
Screenshots, videos, cosplay guides, etc. We thought regular trophies weren't quite cool enough, so we decided that the top 3 will receive detailed props based on weapons from the game. They have been specifically made for this
moja broń.
and the winners can do with them as they please. And now, the 12 best Cyberpunk cosplayers who have competed for first place in the first...
No zobaczmy, co ludzie z cosplayu potrafią zrobić.
Cosplay contest.
Jakby...
Are you ready to meet them?
Ja wiem, że cosplayerzy mają niesamowite zdolności, ale niektórzy po prostu mnie zaskakują do takiego stopnia, że wow. Okej. Rojo? What? What the hell? Co oni porobili?
Now, before we wrap up today's episode, there is one more thing to talk about. Previously, we announced that Cyberpunk 2077 was coming to Stadia, and today we can tell you that it is arriving on November 19th alongside other platforms, and pre-orders are starting now. Night City Wire is almost over, but if you do want just a little bit more, then stay tuned right here on the Twitch channel and join us for our post-show. As always, don't forget that if you've missed anything or if you just want to watch again, we will be uploading everything to our channels shortly, and we'll be back with Night City Wire episode 5 soon. No, actually, there is one more thing we're going to show you. Welcome to the diner.
So what do you want? Supercar? Big house? You want to rule this city? Well, you ain't getting anywhere without an upgrade. You need a softer touch, stronger spine, because taking over Night City ain't gonna be easy.
Tylko ciekawe, czy zaczniemy z augmentacją na początku, czy tak?
2077. Available November 19th.
No ale do 19 jest jeszcze tak daleko. God damn it. Kurczę. Mówię ci, tak, jakby już jesteśmy na ty, jakby spędziliśmy ze sobą trochę czasu. Czuję się przehype'owany. Totalnie i całkowicie. Jakby, o ile druga i trzecia część Night City Wire tak, no, nawet mi trochę opadł, że tak powiem, hype, tak tym razem czwarta część po prostu... Nie wiem, co chcą zrobić w piątej, ale czwarta rozwaliła mnie totalnie i liczę, że pójdzie to nawet jeszcze o krok gdzieś tam dalej. Chociaż co jeszcze wymyśleć? No, mam nadzieję, że oprócz tych samochodów i w ogóle będę miał bardzo dużo możliwości kustomizacji. Będę jednak miał możliwość zagrać w koopie z Xerosem na przykład. I przede wszystkim... właśnie, stworzyć własną chałupkę, może organizację, może coś tam. Chyba że to w ogóle przeniosą do Cyberpunk Online, no ale zobaczymy. Wow. Wow, moi drodzy, napiszcie mi w komentarzach, co wy myślicie na temat Night City Wire i co myślicie o nadchodzącym cyberpunku z tego poziomu tu i teraz. No bo ciekawe, nie? Zamówiliście już? Ja zamówiłem. Zagramy sobie w to, ale muszę kupić koszulę i chyba nowy garnitur. Hej, hej.